I wonder how many people noticed that I screwed up right at the end of yesterday's video. Here's our C1, our H7, and our little piece here, the, what is that? H25. But then I messed up. I nipped off the wrong ones. I nipped off J24. I thought I needed J24, but it says 34. And you know the funny thing of it was, when I was nipping them off, I thought, they don't look right. And then I was thinking, well, maybe when I get all the extra sprue off and so on, it'll, you know, and I just didn't check it out, in other words. And then when I realized that it was the wrong piece, I thought, trumpeter messed up. They've told us to take off 24, and it's 24 isn't the right piece. In other words, I didn't read. Okay, so we need J34. In the meantime, got to keep this for a later date. I don't know when it is we're going to need 24, but eventually I presume we will. And when we do, well, we got it. Now J34. Yeah, that looks more like it. In fact, it looks exactly like it. All our plastic parts are done now, and I can't put off the photo etch any longer. Okay, photo etch 16 and photo etch 17. And they want us to make 3 of these. Well, here's 16 and here's 17. Now it looks like there are 6 tabs that we have to clip off here. Now I have sharpened and honed my specialty cutter about as good as I can get it. Okay, that's that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just twist it around now 90 degrees to my right, and we'll get these 2. Okay, 90 degrees again. We'll get this one here. And another 90 degrees. And we'll get the last ones. Okay, now to lift that off of there without bending it. Now I do realize it has to be bent anyway, but I don't want it bending the wrong way. Almost got it. Trying to get underneath there. Okay, it's loose. Alright, now if I can do that 2 more times. Now there are 4 of this particular photo etch sheet, so I can only screw up once. Now this piece here, number 17. Probably the biggest piece of photo etch that we've done. It's actually quite large compared to some of the stuff that we've been doing, that is. Now, of course, when you compare it to our dime, well, then again, it's not very big. I'm trying to get in as close as I can so I don't leave a little nubber or whatever you call it off of that. Okay, I've swung this around 90 degrees, and I was noticing I was starting to bend this end up a little bit the wrong way. It's not supposed to bend like that. This whole thing is supposed to stay flat, and then it is supposed to bend right here, and right here, and then this piece here and this piece here fold. Okay, let's see if I can get this off now. Very carefully here. I'm sure that by now you realize that it's stuck down on a piece of sticky paper here. I'm just trying to pry it off of it. Don't want to be bending the very delicate little edges here. Did I miss one? Oh, it looks like maybe I missed one there. Let me put on my extra strong glasses here and have a peek. There, we got it. All 8 pieces are cut now. I realize we only need to make 3 of each, so I only needed 6, but I'm going to make all 4, and the idea will be that I will pick the best 3. So anyway, now we need photo etch A44, and it looks like it's going to be a very delicate little ring. Now it appears to me that I only have one A sheet of photo etch, so I have to get this right the first time. As you can see, it's pretty delicate. Now, I don't know if you remember, but way back in one of the earlier episodes, I made the mistake of taking the sticky backing off of one of the sheets of photo etch. Well, this is that sheet. So, yeah, I don't have the, the extra strength going on there. I have to be, as I keep saying, I have to be very careful, because when I snip it loose at the tab, there's really nothing to keep it from bending. Well, we'll see how it goes. One more. Now it should just pop loose. I don't think it's going to ping away, but there we go. Oh, very gently. And I think I'm going to give this one a container all of its own here. Well, let's see if we can get this piece together. Now I don't think it matters if it goes this way or if it goes this way. Looks like it's going to be a fairly tight fit. So I can get it in one end and it pops out on the other. I'm afraid of forcing it. Maybe I better put on the strong glasses and see if I can figure out what's wrong here. There's a little piece of flashing on the inside there. I don't see anything. It was just a case of it was just a real tight fit. And I was right, it didn't really matter which way it went in. It's so tight I almost think I don't need to put any glue on it, but I think I better, just a little bit. Won't take very much. Okay. Now these little guys, the J34s, and I emphasize 34. And you notice in the ends here, it's sort of, the hole is sort of keyed, and this is sort of keyed. At least I think it is. Maybe it's not. Well, you can sort of see how it's supposed to go there, so just, you know, if you take the drawing, it's got these things here, these little bumps here, which have little tiny bumps on top of them. You almost need the macro lens to see them, but right on the top there and right there, there's a little bump. That's interesting. Wonder what that's supposed to represent. I was right. It, it didn't look like the holes in the sides of this unit here were keyed, but they were. And once you get everything lined up just right and sort of push it in all the way, it's just sticking there all by itself without any extra thin. So I'll just put a little bit of extra thin in there, and that's where they're going to stay. Let's make sure everything is straight. Now we'll do the other one the same way. Now I was going to glue this little piece here, H25. I was just going to glue in place there. But I was realizing afterwards that, you know what? Once that's in there, it does fit, by the way, I tried it. But once it's in there, then this piece here isn't going to want to be upside down to easily facilitate putting this A44. And I haven't tried it yet. At least I haven't tried the photo etch piece. So I'm hoping it's going to fit. I think we should do that next. And then put our H25 on. Now this is the first time I'm trying this, so it may work beautifully and it may not. I'm not sure how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be something like that, I think. Now, I think in order to know where to position this piece of photo etch on this part is you have to understand what this is. Now, I could be wrong, but I think the idea is it's a guardrail. So that, let's just put this down just a little bit here. Try and get it evenly spaced. I'm trying to hold it so that you can see it here. I will later reposition everything. But I think the idea is that when the thing would be like this, okay, and naturally we'll have the ring straight, but the idea is that the sailor would not end up being able to get himself underneath here, and then when this thing would suddenly turn, he would get banged by the corners. I mean, I think that's what it is. It makes sense to me anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this ring so that it's halfway between where it's going to mount on the ship deck and to where the top is right here. Makes sense to me. Okay, it may not be perfect here, but I think I pretty much got it. And it was a surprisingly tight fit. In fact, I was concerned about the fact that the ring could all of a sudden break. But it went on. And trick now will be to put on just a tiny little bit of Tamiya thin and just sort of get it to weld itself in place there. I think it's probably tight enough that just painting it, the paint would probably sort of lock it in place, if you know what I mean. But I'll just see if I can't just get a little bit of extra thin. Yeah, I think I did pretty good. And like I say, once you know what it's for, then it sort of makes sense and you know where to put it. because it really doesn't tell on the instructions how high up or how low down the ring should be. No, I don't want to be putting so much on that it's going to run down. Probably will on me anyway. Just a tiny little drop here, just small of a amount as I can get away with here. I don't know if I'm getting it or not. Yeah, I think I am. Now the idea is the plastic, of course, is going to dissolve, and then it will weld the photo etch part to the plastic. Remember our experiment we did the other day? So we know that we can use the extra thin. Okay, I'll just swing that around and do the other ones. Try and get it so that you can see it too. After all, you don't get to see something like this every day, right? I might be putting on too much, but it's hard to put on just a little bit. Did I do this one before already? I did it now for sure. Okay, that's not going to fall off of there. Here we go, H25. It looks as though when we were nipping off all our little pieces of plastic and photo etch, we missed photo etch B14. So we got to find that and nip it off. But I'm sure that you can already hear the music and you know what's coming. So, thanks for watching. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.